All right. Hello, everyone. I'm back. It's been a little while, mainly because I had some stuff that was going on that I really couldn't, stop and do streams, and didn't really have the mental capacity to do them. Now, uh, part of that was because I was trying to figure out a problem I was having with the code. Basically, the I was trying to replicate sort of how templates work in C++ with some kind of hacky workarounds, and turns out those workarounds don't really work as well as I would have hoped. And so I decided that trying to work around the problems that C has, or the limitations, I won't say problems, limitations that C has, is more work and more effort than just ignoring the parts of C++ that I don't like. And if I'm clever about it, then I don't think you really lose any performance. I just have to know basically how to make that happen with C++. So I went ahead and converted everything over to use C++. Uh, okay, so all that said, let's get into this. Now, I'm going to just do that. Okay, it says chat rate is 1. Did I just miss that? Doesn't look like it. Not sure why it's not showing up. Anyway, okay. So, I need to go here. Just these. Let's get rid of this. That's not being used anymore. And we'll go ahead and define a this equals success. That. Here at the top, I'm going to check because instead of returning a result, I'm just going to have it so that if the result is in fact an error of some kind, then it's just going to return. And then that will be reported to main without the weird sort of try define. I feel like that'd be a better way to go about this. Okay. Missing anything? Hold on. Start up. This string cannot be null anyway. So this assert is no longer necessary. let's go ahead and test out the login here. Okay. And went ahead and opened up a window. There we go. All right. So that's basically everything I needed to modify to make it work with C++. So now let's go back to events.hpp. All right. Now I do this. It's functional. I think it's the header. And then I can define this as equals make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. It's not being particularly helpful. Yeah, okay, so that's in the functional, and then just do std function. Right, and then you include the return type, so it's going to be bool. Yeah, okay. So that's a lot easier instead of having to type out the entire thing. Okay. We need to have a register function. It's going to result. And let's see. Void fire. I don't think I need to return anything for this. A receiver and an event func, or just an event really. So event, and this is going to not be modified. I may need to go in and add in a bunch of the sort of operator overloading stuff to make all these do the things I want them to do, but for now we'll leave it as is. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Reason that I've got result for unregister is it is entirely possible for me to try and unregister an event that does not exist. And if I do that, then I want it to tell me. Finally, event manager. I don't think. I guess I do. It needs event data. That's what it needs. It needs event data. So I should have done that first. Just go back to event.hp. Okay. That should be const, not constant. Bring things up left and right. Okay. Cool. Okay. So, this one thing we can do is this. So let's try, once we get the register thing here. Okay, so I think here. Is it reasonably possible that I should allow for this? So hold on, let me. So I'm thinking about whether or not the event type needs to be like a per bit thing. I think I'm gonna make it that. Well, no, is that one? Oh shoot. Okay. That's annoying. Any size of an enum? Hold on. Size of enum. Do that. Hold on. We'll do number of elements in an enum. Let's see if I can. Doesn't look like there's a good way to do that with what I'm thinking. Okay, well, I'll just set it manually then. Should be 3. Not ideal, but I want to make sure that I've got something that can help with that. There's gotta be. Why wouldn't that be a thing? Yeah, I think I'll do it like this. It's not ideal, but it could be worse. And this way, I can specify that I can specify that I want, key press and key release to both go to the same function rather than having to do different functions. Okay, good. All right, so let's go back to CPP. Go here and do. Let's see. Hold on. I need to also include event type here. And I'm not going to have it be something that's referenced, because you could theoretically, it would probably be quite common to use something into this event, and then like, press, and then, if I'm maintaining before, so you'd have something like this. And I don't think you can use references with this sort of construction. So I want to make sure to allow that. Okay. Okay, so a good way to quickly get guess we could go with something more like this, where be 0. So if type work, that's at I is going to equal back instead. Okay. And that's so that I can register multiple events at once. So this will go through all of the bits of this and determine if this is a if whatever bit is there is 1. So I should probably also search for one. Let's see. Auto in. Okay. Now find event. On. Just make sure that's right. Yeah, okay. Looks as though want something like this. Do I need to include anything particular? Oh, it's defined in algorithm. Okay, I need to make sure I did that. Some of the spelling for things like algorithm is just weird. Why it's a thing. I.end. And we're looking for event. So, and once it, see if we find it, or I should say, if we don't find it, events I.end. Okay. Otherwise, and shorten this a bit, just make this all one line. Return and failed to find error. Go to the defines.http, add in that because that is Yeah, event type does need to be there. Okay. Basically the same thing. Don't need to do that. Do is so events I dot was that on event, I want to say, and then receiver. Data. This is doing is we'll fire off the event, and it's going to go in, and for every event for which that's true. Yeah, we'll do it that way. For every if how do I put this? Sorry, I'm kind of blanking here. Every time that an event function returns true, that means that it's handled the event. So, for example, if we had some kind of UI element like a pop-up menu, and I wanted to like handle something in that, like, maybe the user clicks on one of the items or uses their keys to go up and down. I want that pop-up menu to absorb that input and not allow it through. So that's kind of the idea. All right. I suppose I could also foresee having a case where I want the event to go through everything, but I don't. I'll wait in order to put that in. It'd be better to just leave that. Okay. Let's go to, I think it's event.hpp here. Need to go ahead and add some stuff and remove some stuff. Just delete these here. Cool. This. Oh shit. Pardon my French. Okay. Oh, that's fascinating. Okay. So, wait, can I actually. Hold on. Okay. Does not like the. Okay. And event does not include event. So I need to make sure to include type. That data does have a type, so that's something that I'll be able to check. What else? Yeah, so it takes a receiver and the data. Okay, and then let me just go ahead to event.cpp, and I'll include the unregister event because that is also important. Um, let's go back here real quick. I'll have it so that the just have to specify the event type there as well. It makes sense to do that. Okay. And then basically, we can just copy this essentially. All right. Same basic principle applies. However, if I find, yeah, so failed to find error, that's fine. Does not equal end. So if register finds basically another instance of that same event, then it's going to fail. And actually, this is also, I need to make sure and specify an operator overload for the, what you call it? For the equals thing. Otherwise, this is going to fail. Okay. So if it does not find them, then that be enter, is it remove? I want to say it's remove. Containers, or maybe iterators. Let's see. It might be containers. Vector. Place erase. Erase is the element. Okay, so it's erase, not remove. So erase. Oops. All right. Okay. I think that should work. All right. I need to go to app.hpp. Now this is going to start getting some new things. So let's see. First things first, I need event manager here. just test this out. Here, and I need to go and make some changes. Hmm. Okay. I think I'm actually going to end the stream early. I am just not feeling it right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again probably tomorrow. So have a great day.